Hey there friends, welcome to the channel, glad to have you along. Today's video we will be talking about the review of the brand new 55 route that's going to operate between Longbridge and Ridgacre Tesco, making it a new link from Longbridge to the centre part of Quinton, which is currently going to be done, which is going to be done by the custom operator, taken over from National Express West Midlands 10S. Now, this route, which we're doing at present, is the 42 service. That is the Westheath to Hollymoor Way. But sadly, the Westheath section will be gone from next year due to the fact that the custom operator basically does a route themselves, which is the 19 service to Maypole. So I just hope that you enjoyed the journey. So we're just now in Rednall. We're now going down these little country lanes. Now, the 42, which will be the 55, pairs up with the 202 route, which is the Halzo to Bromsgrove run, and that is run by Diamond Buses. Diamond Buses has been running that route for a good many years. However, that turns out not to be the case with its withdrawal, suspension in 2020. That was affected hard by the coronavirus. The route was then replaced by a 44 route that did not make sense really, due to the fact that First Bus was making money on the 144. However, yet again that turned out not to be the case, as the 144 to Birmingham no longer exists. But however, there is still a link provided by NX running to Bromsgrove as a 144A to Longbridge. So we're now coming to Ridgacre. Here we are at Ridgacre. So then, as you can tell, we are by the Morrison's Rubery supermarket. Rubery Morrison's, which is one place that most of us bus spotters love to go to, especially accessing most of these specific areas. So we are doing now the section up to Hollymoor Way. So we're going through the Hollywood Bowl complex, the Rubery Great Park. Which is currently on our 42 link. However, the 42 is going to extend beyond the Hollymoor Way area, back to how it was when it was the other original 42 that went further to the QE hospital. But however, the service wasn't approval, but now linking it up to Quinton makes it more profitable. So it gains access for more links to Halzo on the 19s. And also access to West Bromwich on the 54 and the 54A, but that's at World's End. So we're just now going up to Hollymoor Way. So there's the national grid there, which I used to once call the Frankley Harper Pylons. And that is located by Eggill Lane. which is on the 202 service. So we're now coming to the Egg Hill Junction, just by the Egg Hill Fish Bar. So we're now going down the Frankley Beaches. So this is the part that was done by the 44 route. But now the 55 is going to replace this bit here. So it's going to be great to see the custom operator will be coming across most parts of the old 44 route. So here we are. Now arriving at... We're now arriving at Northfield now. So this is Northfield. So then guys, here we go. We're now pulling off Northfield now. So we're now heading out of Northfield. And we're now heading... for Sturchley now. So we're now heading for Sturchley. And then once after that, we'll then head up to Quinton, Ridgacre Tesco's, which is on the current existing National Express West Midlands 10S service. The 10S will no longer exist and will be replaced by the 55. So the 55 will be replacing the service. So that's going to be great that the 55 is going to be a new service. Of course, there used to be a 55 in Sandwell that was run by Hanson's and of course Diamond Bus. But however, Diamond lost the contract. Diamond lost the contract to National Express, but they combined it into the 54A, which was in 2019. So sorry about this, guys, that I got lost earlier. Just got a bit lost because this is a bit of a complicated route. This is the part that's covered by the current 38 route, that is the Selly Oak to Northfield. Well, the Northfield to Selly Oak. So it's a bit complicated with that housing estate. It's a bit like the 24 route that goes around the Sledmere, Dudley, that National Express West Midlands do. To be honest, National Express still doing the 24 route. I was almost thinking that was going to go out for tender, because due to the fact a lot of the NX routes have gone up for tender, but not the 24 or the 14A, which is really interesting, to be honest, because those are going to be the last two. And of course the 61s, Wolverhampton, but those two are actually the only ones left on the Dudley area. They're still in that, still tendered for themselves. But I think maybe eventually Diamond will get their hands on the 24 and the 14A. But to be honest, I think they might split them back into 3 routes. So it'll possibly be 24 that will go. They'll probably send that back to the Fox Yards, and then the 14 might. So they might send the 24 back up the Fox Yards to how it was before. Then most of it would be reverted back to the 208, while the other section. But however, the 129 route probably wouldn't come back to service. The Priory section, the 81 could go back on that part. So the 24 might go back to. Will probably go back up the Fox Yards. 208, that might replace most of the old 14A and the current 24 route. And the 124, which was more of a faster service to Craigheath, that might get reinstated. But however, we'll have to see what happens nearer the time. Okay then guys, here we go. We're now in Sturchley, so we're just by Sturchley Morrison's. That used to be the co-op in Sturchley. Well, Cotteridge. So we're in most of Cotteridge now. Used to be, so that was the co-op. So we're now going across the Umberslade. So we're now going to turn to the left. So we're now turning left. So this is going to be this is going to be really exciting when this custom operator takes over the new service. So as you know, the 55 it's going to be really good to ride. I'm going to really look forward to be travelling on the 55, hopefully in the not too distant future. And hopefully one of all the new services that are going to be introduced in next year. So it's going to be exciting. And I'm glad the custom operator's done really well. Apart from the operational difficulties they've had early in the year, but apparently that was not much of a problem. But apparently I know most of the services had been disrupted. But I'm glad the custom operator bounced back. And of course got loads of different selection of buses now. They've got like not only just the Optare Solo SRs and the ADL Enviro 200 double MCs. They've also got a Versa, an Optare Versa, but that's only rare on bus work due to the fact that is a seat-belted vehicle. And of course they also got the standard ADL Enviro 200s, especially the Johnson's one, Johnson's XL bus, because that was bought by Diamond Buses. And of course they have some Go Ahead London ADL Enviro 200s. They also have the Go Ahead London, but those are mainly on the 19 routes. The 19 service from QE Hospital, not QE Hospital, Maypole to Rubery. So they're mainly on the Maypole to Rubery corridor, the 19. And of course I have the 61 plate that looks like a National Express one. But that was also part of Go Ahead London. Well, the red Enviros are actually ex-Abellio London. So here we are. We're now going to do this loop. So now this section here is covered by the current 10S route, which is the Ridgacre Tesco's supermarket to Selly Oak. But this route is going to be merged on the 55, so it'll be a unique number. Okay, here we go. So here we go again. So about this, guys, even though this is not an accurate run, this is not accurate, but I know it might be not accurate with Google Maps, but apparently this is not going to happen when we come to do it in the flesh. Okay, we're now at the Court Oak. So we're now on the Court Oak now. On the 55. Okay, here we go. We are now over Quinton. So we're not far away from Ridgacre. So So I believe the custom operator on this service is going to use an ADL Inverter 100 double MC, or maybe a standard ADL Inverter 100, but we just don't know for sure yet. Might be mixture, might be a solo SR. Anyway, here we are at Ridgacre Tesco.